With the spotter, a randomized situation in the work field is created. This is about confined spaces. So the system generates a randomized confined space for me with various challenges that are built in. And our task is to, well, dissect this into the areas that need attention and then either approve or say that things are risky or not. So I think this is safe. Oh, that was, oh, yes, the signs are missing, yes.
This is dangerous. Work areas containing confined spaces must always be enclosed by a safety fence and equipped with warning signs.
I saw the fence, but I didn't see the sign. So therefore, that's my mistake. But this one I think is safe. We have attendant to the process. This is not too safe because this is blocking my safe allocation path out of the confined space. So I'm going to say that this is risk. And I think I've addressed all objects in this room. And anyway, hope so. Perhaps there's still another one that I have to address. Oh yeah. So just an object in the field. I think this is safe, it's not a problem. So yeah, in this spotting exercise, these rooms are generated. Again, now I've completed one room. Another room will be randomly generated with different elements of this puzzle. And then I'll also have to dissect it and figure out what's safety risk and what is not. Again, we have a timer for higher scores. I'm not going to complete it just now. I will just show you one more kind of activity, the inspection activity. When certain pieces of equipment or protective equipment are shown to me, I have to inspect them and tell what's wrong with them. Again, we are on the easy difficulty level, so I guess this is quite obvious that this is dirty. We can report that. I can see straight away that on this one chin strap is not attached. And then again, if I'm to say that this is a problematic one, yeah, it's actually okay. So there's no problem with this. Or I could say that this is okay, but I will be told that this is a cracked shell. So we've seen a few examples now of different kinds of gamified experiences. So I think we can just, as we discussed, unpack a little bit of what we saw there and what are the different motivation and gamification techniques that we've witnessed just now. Well, first, it needs to be said, of course, it's helpful to present the end user with different activity types, with different game types. For a number of companies out there, and I'm surprised myself, gamification is all about swiping cards. So your only gamification activities that you're presenting with the question, then you're saying yes or no, and then you're getting, I don't know, points and stars. As exciting as possible that can be, it still gives you very little variety. So even with that, you'll get bored. But if instead we can create a number of very different activities, taking you through different kinds of exercises, different kinds of games, and you also get to choose which one you play next, this is where you would be interested to continue to exploring and to play more. This is the topic of autonomy that Scott told us about, that you get to decide and also you get variety in this. Learning journey, we talked about this. Again, it gives you autonomy, it gives you the bigger picture, it gives you the sense of getting competent in something, and also that you have a segmented gateway experience. You get to experience different characters. You get to talk to different characters and interact with them. They have different personalities. You can relate to them differently. I think we spoke to our colleagues. We spoke to the manager of the facility. You could have spoken to the inspector as well, wearing a distinctive green helmet. We even spoke to the computer. You don't speak to computers, but we did it that way, again, for it to be interesting, engaging, and interactive. So, yeah, this is relatedness. This is a factor of being related, establishing some sort of connections and relations. Randomization, the same scene, or the same game, sorry, is randomized each time you start it. So this gives replayability, this drives engagement, and as we've seen in the confined spaces, this is the random reinforcement that kind of you don't know what you're getting next, and therefore you're interested. Theming. So here's an example of the very same kind of a game, but then depending on the vertical that we're working with, depending on the client, if this is an onshore operations company, if it's construction, or if it's oil rigs that are onshore oil rigs, your environment will look like this. If it's out in the sea, suddenly the environment is replaced. So it's super easy to customize, not just on the environments, but also on the specifics of the PPE, what's your work clothing is like, are you wearing a safety vest, are you dressed in overalls,